Well, I made it back. I slipped sliding away on my golf cart over there. I got the door shut. It hadn't rained in there very bad. The rain's coming directly out of the north, and it hadn't done any damage to it. So I'm hoping I can get that sold. I probably shouldn't. Well, like I say, I keep picking up projects. I'm waiting on the hydraulic cylinders to be done with a rollback truck, and more. I just got just a little bit more work to do to it, and to finish it up, and I'll get it listed for sale. And I need to go ahead. I'm wanting to keep that box, so I'm needing to get the shredder out of there, get it kind of cleaned up, take some pictures of it and see if I can't sell that. I mean, there's a lot of hydraulic motors and stuff that runs that thing, and it's value to it, the hydraulic motors. And I want to take the boxes off. You see there's boxes on the bottom of that. I want to take those off. There's two over here and a big long one over on the other side. They are actually welded to the bottom of that box. Now normally they just bolt it, but evidently when they built that box, they just welded those, the big box, they just welded the toolboxes and stuff to the bottom of it. So anyway, I gotta get it lifted up, the big yellow friend, and get the U-bolts off of it. Just I think there's 6 or 8 U-bolts that fasten that thing down to the bed. Once I get the shredder out, and then I'll get a hold of it, and then I'll be able to slide it back where I can get underneath there and take my cut off wheel on the grinder here and grind the welds off of it, because I believe it's aluminum. All those boxes are aluminum, so get them off, and then get the DOT bumper off the back of it. And then my plans is using that for storage. I'm thinking about why I got the sawmill is might put it up in the woods there, over here where the sawmill is at. The woods over there, and where I got the sawmill, I could go ahead and kind of convert that into kind of a cabin and just use wood sides and do some wood on the inside and stuff. You wouldn't even I got basically the box there, so I might be able to make a little cabin out of it and kind of nestle it, set it right up in the woods. Be kind of neat. So anyway, that's what my plans are. And then I'm going to sell that truck, and then it would just be the truck and the chassis, motor, transmission, rear end, and everything. So but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I got my weed eater taken apart there. Ran out of twine here a while back, earlier in the year, so I know a little overdone myself, you know. Any feet is here. Doesn't say how many feet, just says what size it is. 5 pounds. Made in China, gotta be good. Huh. So anyway, pretty good stuff though. Most of it lasts a long time. Get some more wound on there so I can get that put up and be ready to go. Hopefully I won't have to weed eat anymore this year. take these things apart. Look at them out. But here it is. Been a real good weed eater. I bought that about the same time I bought what is it? That blower, handheld blower. And that handheld blower has had issues. Get this fed on there. I guess I shouldn't brag about nothing there, so you got something working really good or something, don't brag on it. Just go ahead and chalk it up as a good deal. Sometimes you go brag on something and usually you have problems with it. What I was saying about this line is it's more than all I used in my lifetime. Because I'm thinking about where I got the big yellow friend there, is going ahead and get some rip wrap, 4 or 6 inch, probably 6 inch rip wrap. And where I got my big yellow friend, I could reach over the fence there and put some fabric down and not have to weed eat that no more. I mean, getting up to age now, 70 years old, I don't really need to be looking at stuff that it's a pretty steep bank, and I could fall. Possibility I could fall and not be a good thing. But I think probably for $1,000, probably not that much. If I get 6 inch, it probably wouldn't take that much to do that down through there. And I could set up on my property and not have to get out on the highway. I could set up on my property and get that done, so I wouldn't ever have to weed eat that again. I think, well, maybe after I'm gone, the kids probably get used to it, because I don't think none of my kids actually weed eat anything. Their property, so. Not wanting to fit in there like it's supposed to. A little burr on it. But I need to go ahead and take a day like today and sharpen up my mower blades. That stuff that grows up when it's dry, it's like a little stem and just goes to seed. That stuff is very, very hard to cut the way it is. And but I do need to change my blades in the spring. Probably get by this year. Hoping there'll probably just be one more time I'll have to mow. Hopefully. So I'll probably get by. Usually in the spring is when I really go through the mower and change the fluid in the gearboxes and stuff. Oh shoot. Well, a little too much there. I think the string is just a little bit big. Yeah, there we go. That's what it's supposed to do. But I was thinking, I said, well, it's good exercise and stuff, but you know, if I was, if it was straight, you know, not a heel. You can get that on the other side of that. There we go. Wouldn't be so bad, but some of those days I'd get out there and weed eat, and it'd be like 80, 90 degrees, or 90. Definitely not no fun then. And now this thing should be slide right back down in there. Just like that. Oh, you probably didn't see. Should be ready to go. Go ahead and put this back over there. Well, let's see. Huh. Is that a cutter? Got some sanding belts in for my belt sander, and I'm going to go ahead and sharpen more blades. You get weather like this, it's kind of when you want to do that kind of stuff. I thought about, because I was going to power wash bottom that anyways, put my rain gear on or whatever, and go ahead and do it. And you know what? Nah. So I think I'll go over to let's see. I'm not sure what I'm going to need. Go make a run over here. Quack, 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 quack. There she is, look at her. See? Feels a lot better sitting inside here. Went ahead and did some work. I need to finish up the work on these batteries. The whole bottom of that tray, battery tray and stuff, is all rusted and stuff. And normally they come with a rubber or something underneath there or whatever. So you all the time got a battery that's sweating, it's always going to put out a little bit of battery acid. So anyway, I went and cleaned all that up, wire wheeled it and stuff, and then I got my rust converter. Put 3 heavy coats of that rust converter in there, so now it's all ready to paint with black. And I just went ahead and temporarily put those batteries in there so I could start it and get it moved in here, get it unhooked from that trailer, get it moved in here. So a little tight. I could probably pull up a little bit, but not going to be enough. I think I can move the backhoe back with the header. That kind of a cool shop in here. Yeah, I got those are the doors that go in Harley too. That's sitting out here getting a free bath. That's some cypress log that I had laying out here in the front of the shed. I went ahead and milled it up. So I think I'll go ahead and move the backhoe back just a little bit. After I can pull the truck back forward a foot. about one of the best investments I made is when we bought this place. This was just a lean-to. This wasn't enclosed at all. And dirt floor. And so what I did is went ahead and took, this is like 8 inches of concrete, because I had the motor home in here when we had the motor home, 43 footer. I had the motor home in here, and so to get 8 inches of concrete, this was what the ground level was. And so I went down, I think a good foot, and down in a solid clay. And my daughter came from Michigan to help me. And that's when I just got the John Deere tractor with the bucket and loader and box blade. So I was able to use that box blade that had the teeth down on it and kept dragging that mud out. And dirt, it was actually clay. Got it out here, and then my daughter had we had a Ford tractor that I bought from the previous owner that had this place. And I had a front end loader on it. So my daughter, I would put it in a pile there, and then she would transfer the pile way on back in here by the woods. So anyway, and then I had concrete people come in same time when I had the addition on the main shop over there, and they did the concrete over there also. I had to do the concrete here also, and then a couple of years later I went ahead and closed all this in. So it's not insulated or anything. I started to come down through here with some foil back insulation that I got left over to insulate this over there. It's not really necessary. Another thing I had done is while the guys were here, the Amish folks were here doing that addition, I had them take this whole roof off here because it didn't have that bubble wrap insulation, so you would have condensation all the time leaking down on those boards. Some of those boards were rotten. They had to change some because of that. And so I had them take all the metal off and to be able to put this insulation on, and it continued all the way through there also. This roof did. So of course, you know, they had the whole roof off to put that bubble insulation on it, and they did that also. So yeah, one of my best investments I could have made. I mean, if I'd done this concrete and stuff back right now, it'd probably been 3 times what it cost me to get this done. And see, originally, like say this was a lean-to, it just had the exposed rafters just like it is over there here. So I had to go ahead, and this was all dirt. And the horses, you could tell the horses would come in here and they get more or less a north wind. That north wind here is crazy, and it's cold and stuff. And so anyway, he concreted this part here, and he had dog kennels. He was raising Cocker Spaniels. I'm not sure what kind of dogs, but he had raising them in here. And of course this was not enclosed at all. It was all open. And so anyway, I went ahead and had them concrete this. You can tell the horses, they got in a fight. You see where I replaced this metal right here? You can see where I replaced that piece. They had a hole kicked into that thing right there, so I had to repair that. And I think I had to repair a spot back in there also, same issue. And then I went ahead and decided to make this a wood shop and stuff. So I went ahead and put the metal up here. I wish I would have went ahead and insulated that before I put the metal up, but my plans was, I'm a kind of a fair weather operator or whatever, so you know, if it's too hot in here, it don't work. So, but I wish it would have been in time as went ahead and insulated that real well. Now the walls, I went ahead and put the metal on the roof on the sides, and I did put some insulation board on before I put the metal up. So I went ahead and run the 2x4s across. I put those beams in there because they was not there, and same way with these here, I put them in, and then I went ahead and put plywood on the inside and stuff. So yeah, it could be insulated a whole lot better. A guy could, you know, take panel off here. Not for sure. Might be able to do that from the outside. I think you might be able to. No, I don't think so. But anyway, not that big of a deal. Like I said, so it could have been insulated a whole lot more, and then you could heat and cool. My plans are to get this out of here, put a trunk line in down through there, put a dust collection system, a Connex or something out there to blow that dust into it when I'm running either the planer or the sander here or any of the tools. I can run a trunk line down through there and have some different 2-inch hookups, or if I want to run the table saw or any of the saws or something in here, most of them's got a hookup where I can just hook the vacuum line to it and to get it on out there, get the dust out of here. So anyway, that's what I call a saw. I haven't used it yet. I bought that for if people was wanting those mantles and stuff, and I'd get a big wide log and they'd only want so much width there for like a mantle. I could take that and saw that for them. Let's get the clock here moved out of the way. Where did that come from? But anyway, let's go work in here. Like I'll sharpen those mower blades a little later, because that's not a have-to thing. Found out this is going to work really good, so I went ahead and ordered some more belts and stuff. I think this is going to work really good, a lot better than putting the mower blade in the vise or on the grinder. A lot more safer. How y'all doing out there? A little wet? Well, Harley 2 looking pretty good. Nice to get it done. Harley 1 should be back. Supposed to have been back a long time ago. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this project here. Didn't put the front end bucket back down. They give me another work area to work in. Put two smaller doors on that side. Haven't really used them, but they're high enough I can get mower in here or something. I didn't know exactly what I was going to be storing in here, but to make that big enough, and this truck just did fit in there with its mirrors and stuff. So to make this big enough for if I wanted to get another motorhome or whatever, I needed to make that big as I could make it, and that kind of limits what size of door to put here. So these doors are not wide enough. Now I can get mowers and stuff in here, but as far as the vehicle, I can't. So I got to come in and jockey this way to get vehicles in here to store for the winter or whatever. Get over here. Found this rod. Somebody had twisted it off, so I'm glad I found it. So I'll be able to weld a piece on there now, and it goes in the hole down over here. So I need to get these batteries back out of here, and I need to go ahead and spray paint this black so I can be done with that, this part of it. Did a mistake last week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago, whatever, and donated $25 to a political affiliation, and I'm not afraid to admit it. It's a Republican affiliation, and they have, and I know it's not the politicians themselves, but people working for them or whatever. You don't even know if they're actually working for them, but they have been bombarding me with text messages, and so that one that just came through was trying to guilt me into making another donation. So nowadays you just don't know who to trust when it comes to making a donation. You don't know where it's going to. They say it's going to a certain thing, but you don't know that. Nobody knows. We're going to put these batteries in here, I tell you. And then they went and spray painted everything red. I mean, luckily, the International was smart, you know, they ground cables are black, positive cables are all red. So even the jumpers, and then the grounds that they had coming up, black, knowing they go to negative. And then there's one here, went to some of the components or something on the truck, and of course it's red. So more or less it's kind of helping people take these things apart to be able to put them back correctly. But I was telling you on that, somehow, see, these batteries are sitting in here like this one, and the third one was sitting right out here, or out in front of this one. So it's a place for 4 batteries, but don't really need 4 batteries. And so if you're going to start this truck a lot in the winter time and stuff, a 4th battery would be nice. It would just give you more cranking hours and stuff, cranking time. But these are big 27 series batteries, and they're 925 cold cranking amps. It's like in the winter time, and 1050 cold cranking amps. Say like in this, yeah, 1050 would be probably in the summer. But anyway, what they did is this particular battery here, when they put them back in there, you just got it backwards. So the negative and positive is supposed to be like that. This is how it's supposed to have been in there. They put it the other way. They had the positive back here, and they had this ground here hooked to that positive, and then that jumper going over here going to the negative, and then they had the positive cable, which is this guy here, went here onto the negative. I don't know if I'm going to take the time I don't need to clean any of this stuff up right now, because this back down in here was the worst. All rusted, corroded stuff. So this has still got kind of oil stuff on it. So it needs better power washing. But my main concern was the bottom here and some of these steps. There's some rust going through there. So I want to get my black I can use that to see what I need to put on that one. So just weld a bit on there and bend it. These guys back here will be good. Need a little bit more light. I'll get my blower over here. Oh man, how you gonna get to that?